All right, let's talk about Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah at the moment. Obviously, it's a gigantic mess. And if you can say anything positive about this disaster, which is really hard to say, it's that at least some Americans appear to be waking up about how much of a problem we have here domestically with people who are not friends of yours and mine, Dave.
The only silver lining you can come up with so far is that watching, if you've seen even The View, I mean, how often is it that I can say something pleasant about The View? But even on The View, these wackadoodle leftists who are wrong about everything, I'm talking about Joy Behar and Anna Navarro and Alyssa Farah, who pretends to be a conservative, but she's a leftist too. They actually are waking up. So, one of the things they always say, a conservative is just a liberal who's mugged by reality. I think that's what's happening right now. I think a lot of the people who ushered in this crazy leftism, boys or girls, America's fundamentally and foundational principles are racist, all of that stuff, they're finally seeing the end result of what they have wrought upon us. And the end result is that you would have literally raped women and butchered babies and a lot of things that are just too unspeakable to even get into, really. But people should witness them because it's so horrific and we have to know what's going on. That finally, this has pushed some of the wacky leftists back, let's say, towards the center a little bit. Now, I have no doubt that most of them will fail one way or another when it gets too hot in the kitchen. But if this is a chance for those of us who are fighting for freedom and decency to welcome some of these people back to planet Earth, we got to try. But the apology ain't coming. Yeah, Jesse, don't hang for an apology because it ain't coming.
I'm not holding out for one of those. Why didn't you fail? You used to be over there, and you woke up, but they're going to fail. I have no doubt you're right about that. You didn't. Why?
I don't know. I truly don't know the answer to that, other than when I was waking up from leftism, I started chatting with a whole bunch of people, but it wasn't just chatting with them on my show. So, I had Larry Elder on who woke me up on certain race things. I talked to Ben Shapiro. I talked to Glenn Beck. I talked to Jordan Peterson, all of these guys. But it wasn't just the ideas. It was that they could explain their ideas in a very calm manner. And even if I had some differences, there was a mutual respect. But I will tell you, I think if it was one thing that I can pinpoint more than just the policies, it's that I found and have consistently found conservative-leaning people are generally nicer. They are kinder. They are more open, believe it or not. Liberals pride themselves on openness. You can be so open, your brain will fall out of your head. But it's conservatives, actually, who are more live and let live, who go, oh, you think that's okay, I can still break bread with you. So for whatever differences I have had with some of these guys, when I've debated the death penalty with Dennis Prager, or when I've debated abortion with Ben Shapiro, now I've come closer to their positions on those things over the years, but when I would do those things, I would then have dinner with them or spend a year on tour with Jordan Peterson. And I found, wow, these guys, they're generous of spirit, they're kind, and where is that grace on the other side? And by the way, Jesse, Anna Navarro and Alyssa Farah, and by the way, Whoopi and Joy, the more they go to sanity, the more hate they are gonna get from the people that they taught how to hate. I mean, that's the irony here. But, and again, that's why we have to show a little grace as it's happening. I played the clips of them today, and I was really trying to be like, okay, you guys see a little something now, so I want to be kid gloves with that, because you want to get those people. And in America, there aren't many people who could vote either way anymore, right? We got the hardcore right, we got the hardcore left. One constituency that could break, and I think you can see it happening to some degree, is the sane liberal who used to be the JFK liberal of the 60s, the true liberal. They still exist, they've just been cowed into silence. They might have a moment right now. I certainly hope so.